Alright, with this episode here, I will have to say it is the best one from the other two. Hands down, I love it. I am so glad that they made kind of an episode like this. It was weird at first, but the building up to it, loved every second of it. And it's weird because me doing this, review right here, episode 3, I just got episode 2's up, so every Friday afternoon they upload a new episode. So I'm gonna get this one here. I'm not gonna be late like I did with episode 2. So let's just get into the review right here. What's up everyone though, my name is Flame and welcome everyone to Beatless episode 3, man. A new one, like I said before, like legit, I just had my second review up here for you guys and now I'm starting with the third. But with this episode here today, like I said before, it was the best one. I quite enjoyed this episode. Like I said, it was weird at first starting off, just because, that relationship between Aruto and Lacia, or Aruto and Lacia, sorry. I'm always saying Aruto or Aruto. It's so confusing. But, like I said, like about the relationship kind of thing, what's going on, with this anime with them. We kind of see that throughout the starting of this episode right here of her being a little bit more in depth. Like, I feel like she is more connected to Aruto now. Like, I feel like I don't want to say love. I feel like love is a way too strong of a word of it, but I feel like she really likes him, and that's different from when AI sees, from other humans, because, it's just an AI, it's just a robot, whatever like that. But you can definitely see, like, an emotional connection being built with these two, with this anime. It's going to be more and more and more throughout all as much time and everything that I always say about that. But yeah, like the first, kind of 5-6 minutes, we kind of get that. It's kind of interesting, more, I guess, character development from both these characters here. And then we kind of get to the weird part of the episode, which is kind of like the start and the middle. So with this right here, it's, the next morning, Aruto wakes up and suddenly Lacia has been kidnapped by this guy right here. And this guy, we actually seen throughout episode 2, he was kind of like one of those humans, like I said before, of the analog hack of, say, if someone's really angry, if it's a human being, they'll use an analog hack to make him as a nice person. This guy was always kind of being mean all the time. He was fighting with the cops, and we get to see actually him with this episode. And I kind of don't want to talk about this like kind of thing a little bit, just because it's kind of like that in the future. I feel like there's always like kind of those 1 or 2 people that always kind of do this, will always be really emotionally attached to an AI, and this is kind of what this guy was. It's anime, we've seen stuff like this before, and I was really not surprised that we had a character like this, especially of like how this world is and what kind of the anime is and the character designs. As you can kind of tell, it's not really sexualized, but it's kind of close, so I'm not, like I said, surprised about seeing a character like this. So he's trying to get with Lacia, he kidnapped her, and really the middle part of this kind of episode was Aruto, tracking her down, using his friends. Kinago, I think his name is, the glasses dude that does the analog stuff that we saw in episode 2, and then his other friend, which I always forget his other friend, but he seems really fishy, and we're going to definitely know more about him in episode 4 here next week, which I'll talk to you guys about in a little bit here. So he asks his friends to help, and like I said before in episode 1, when Aruto wants to be more attached to, AIs and thinking that they're real people, and these guys don't care. They still didn't care, but since Aruto is their friend, they decide to help him up. So it's kind of like a Mission Impossible kind of scenario right here of him tracking down Lacia. They find him, she tries to save her, and Aruto, man, if you could say a badass moment, this is his first badass moment in the anime. He fights off this character. Like, I thought, like, I'll be completely honest, that he was going to get his ass whooped and Lacia had to come and save the day, but he really defended himself. He used kind of like this glasses material that's built in the future, which is kind of a really cool thing, and he starts just punching him with it, and I'm like, you know what, this guy could stand his ground, from what he looks like. I was actually fully surprised about that, and hands off to him, because I like, usually when you go through episodes or anything like that, you kind of always predict or try to predict of what's going to happen, and yeah, he proved me wrong, and I was kind of happy about that. So good for Aruto for standing his ground right there and protecting Lacia. And I would say the badass like kind of part of this episode, I would have to say, is Lacia versing her sister Type 1. Her name is Coca, I believe. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Coca, I think, is the right word for her. And it's actually interesting because this is her sister. So I'm going to guess throughout the whole anime, there's still 3 more. You know, there's 5 types as we know so far. And she is type 1 and Lacia is type 5. So I'm guessing that they're all related and they're all sisters. So we get a fight battle between both of them, which is a really, really cool aspect that I kind of liked. And the thing I love about this anime and what's so good about it, and I feel like it's just good in general, if you're watching like a show or anything like that, is the music. You know, the fight music, or just like the music of Aruto tracking Lacia down and trying to help her. I really enjoyed it. The music, I freaking love it. I love it. Like, this is definitely one of the, hands down, one of the kind of the best soundtrack I've heard in animes in a long time right here. You know, usually Hero Academia and that's always really good. But with this, I was so surprised about it and I love it. Like, keep continuing on with this music, because I think that's one thing if you're looking for like watching this anime or anything like that. The music is just fantastic. One thing quickly I want to talk about here before, because we're kind of getting to the end of the episode, is there's one thing I kind of like got me in this episode right here, and probably a lot of people as well, is when Lacia did kind of the contract with Aruto. She was really mad about this guy that kidnapped her because he like kind of put Aruto's sister in danger and did all this criminal stuff and everything like that, and that he should be eliminated. Aruto actually stopped her from, you know, killing the guy. You know, Aruto wants Lacia to act like a human. You know, it doesn't matter what he did or anything like that. You shouldn't just kill a guy off like that. So it's, like I said, kind of more of Lacia, I guess, turning into human, but it wasn't really like that. We didn't really see expression like Lacia did want to kill this guy, but Aruto wanted to stop her because she feels like no matter how mad or whatever you get, you can't just go and kill someone right off the bat right here. You always have to forgive the person, even though if he's a dumbass or he is just a terrible human being. Was the episode like that? The only thing I guess I could hate about this episode here today is the cliffhanger. Like, that's one thing I could say about this anime, is the endings I'm not a big fan of. The endings like this, it's not really, I guess, a cliffhanger. It's one of those of, it feels like you're in the middle of the episode or like at the start of the episode or something like that, and then it cuts off like that. So I'm hoping kind of more in the future with this anime we don't get stuff like that, because I was really disappointed. Like, I feel like this is the second episode in a row. I forget how the first episode ended. But like with this episode here now, I feel like they should definitely do more of kind of an ending for an episode, because literally it was just kind of them talking and then bam, ending cutscene. So that was the only thing I guess I kind of disliked about this episode here today. And also we get information for kind of after this is all done of Kinago, the glasses dude, the guy with that analog hacks. I'm still trying to remember names. I apologize. You know, we had Koka come over to his house again, actually threatening Kinago and his family that if he doesn't do what she does, she'll kill his whole family. So we're definitely going to see more, I guess, Kinago do bad stuff, but of course he wants to save his family. And then the thing I predicted up here, like I said before, you always try to predict stuff before like kind of the event happens in the episode, is her asking if Kinago could be, you know, his owner or her owner. So, yeah, we get that right there. She says that right at the end of the episode, and bam, I guess I kind of predicted that. So we have Kinago being Koka's owner, which is kind of a scary sight, and definitely going to be interesting for more episodes of Beatless. I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode right here. With this episode here today, guys, I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I fairly enjoyed this episode, like I said before, and kind of all my reviews that I do right here. It's one of these episodes where you can just kind of watch and watch and watch, and you kind of won't get sick of it. Well, maybe if you watch too much, but I just enjoyed it. I'm so glad about it. They kind of listened to what I said in my episode 2 review, even though I put it up and the episode was already out. But yeah, I fairly enjoyed it. You guys should definitely go and watch it, and just thank you guys so much for, you know, all the positive feedback on Beatless here so far. You know, I'm just glad that you guys are enjoying it as well. It's definitely a good anime. I'm just glad that, you know, this random anime that came out you know, for the winter anime season, and it's turning out great. I'm loving it. We have 21 more episodes here left to go. I'm excited to see more and more in the future, and hope that you guys are as well. You guys all have an incredible day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll see you guys in the next week of Beatless.